Every day at 6 p.m., the traffic light shuts off. Total chaos, cars stuck, ambulances trapped, people late to pick up their kids. A 20-minute commute turns into an hour, and the county does nothing. So one man decides, fine, I'll fix it myself. Every single evening, he walks to that intersection, opens the control box, and restarts the traffic light. For months, the problem disappears. Traffic flows, emergencies get through. The neighborhood breathes a sigh of relief. And then, the county sues him. They claim he tampered with county property, that he deprived them of revenue and authority, that his vigilantism can't be tolerated. They want him punished, fined, maybe even jailed. But when this case gets in front of a judge, something incredible happens. The prosecutor makes their case, the man gives his defense, and the judge delivers a ruling that restores your faith in common sense. Today, we're breaking down the case of the man who fixed a broken system and got punished for it, until a judge said, enough. This is about bureaucracy versus humanity, rules versus common sense, and what happens when someone refuses to let their community suffer just because that's how the system works. Stick with me. This story will make you cheer. Let's start with the problem, a traffic light that doesn't work. The daily malfunction. Every day at 6 p.m., right during rush hour, the traffic light at a busy intersection shuts off. Not because of a power outage, not because of an emergency, just because. Maybe it's a timer glitch, maybe it's a faulty sensor, maybe it's old infrastructure that nobody bothered to maintain. Whatever the cause, the result is the same: chaos. What happens when a traffic light dies? When a traffic light goes out, that intersection becomes a four-way stop by default, which sounds manageable until you realize most drivers don't know proper four-way stop rules, nobody knows whose turn it is, people get impatient and aggressive, accidents become more likely, traffic backs up for blocks. Now add rush hour into the mix. Hundreds of cars, everyone trying to get home, everyone frustrated. What should be a 2-minute intersection becomes a 20-minute nightmare. The real consequences. But this isn't just an inconvenience, it's dangerous. 1. Ambulances and emergency vehicles. Ambulances and emergency vehicles can't get through. They're stuck in the same gridlock as everyone else. Imagine someone having a heart attack and the ambulance is trapped at a broken traffic light for 15 minutes. Every second counts, and this light is costing lives. 2. Parents and childcare. Parents trying to pick up their kids from daycare before closing time are now late every day. Daycare centers charge late fees. Some threaten to drop your child from the program if it keeps happening. So parents are stuck. Leave work early and risk their job, or be late and pay penalties. 3. Workers and job security. People who work hourly jobs or shifts where being late means getting written up or fired, they're screwed. That broken traffic light is costing them money, stress, and potentially their employment. 4. General quality of life. Even if you're not in an emergency, even if you're not on a tight schedule, sitting in traffic for an hour every day is soul-crushing. It steals your time, your peace, your evening with your family, all because a traffic light doesn't work. The county's response: nothing. So, what did the county do about this problem? Absolutely nothing. People called, they complained, they filed reports, they showed up to city council meetings, and the county said, "We're working on it." Translation: we don't care and we're not going to fix it. Maybe they didn't have budget, maybe they didn't have staff, maybe they just didn't consider it a priority. But months went by, and that light kept shutting off every single day at 6 p.m. Enter the man who fixed it. This is where our hero enters the story. An ordinary guy, lives in the neighborhood, drives through that intersection every day, sees the problem, and one day he decides, fine, I'll fix it myself. He's not an electrician, he's not a county employee, he's just a citizen who's tired of watching his community suffer. So he researches how traffic light control boxes work, learns which buttons to press, figures out the reset sequence, and every evening at 6 p.m. when that light shuts off, he walks to the control box and restarts the traffic light. Takes him maybe 5 minutes, and suddenly traffic flows. Problem solved. The community's reaction. People notice. Of course they do. Suddenly, their commute is normal again. Ambulances can get through. Parents aren't late. Workers aren't stressed. They don't know who's fixing it, but they're grateful. Some people probably assume the county finally got around to repairs. Others don't care who fixed it, they're just happy it works. And for months, this guy keeps doing it. Every single day. No recognition, no payment. Just helping. How the county found out. Eventually, county officials notice something strange in their data. That traffic light is supposed to be malfunctioning. Their records show it's shutting off daily. But somehow, traffic citations at that intersection aren't increasing. In fact, things seem normal. So they investigate. Maybe they check the control box, maybe they set up surveillance, maybe someone reports him. However it happens, they figure out that someone is tampering with their equipment, and instead of saying thank you, they decide to sue him. Let's break down the county's argument, because from their perspective, this guy is a criminal. Charge: tampering with county property. The traffic light control box is county property. It's part of public infrastructure, and this man, without authorization, has been opening it and manipulating the controls. Legally, that's tampering. It's vandalism. It's a crime. The county argues you can't just touch government property whenever you feel like it. There are rules. The revenue argument.
Here's where it gets gross. The prosecutor actually says this in court. That traffic light generated citations, data, and control. Let that sink in. The county is upset because a functioning traffic light generates revenue. When the light is broken, people run red lights because they don't know whose turn it is. Cameras catch them, tickets get issued, money flows in. When the light works properly, people obey it. No violations, no tickets, no revenue. So by fixing the light, this man deprived the county of revenue. They're literally admitting we profit from broken infrastructure. The data and control argument. The prosecutor also mentions data and control. Traffic lights collect data, how many cars pass through, traffic patterns, peak times, and they represent control, the county's authority to manage traffic flow. By resetting the light himself, this man undermined county authority. Translation: how dare you solve a problem without asking our permission? The vigilantism accusation. The prosecutor calls him a vigilante. Good intentions do not excuse vigilantism or rewriting public systems on his own. They argue we live in a society with rules. You can't just take matters into your own hands. If everyone fixed things themselves whenever government failed, we'd have chaos. You have to go through proper channels, file forms, wait for approval, follow procedure. Why this argument fails? The county's logic sounds reasonable on the surface. Rules are rules, right? But let's examine the logic. 1. The system was already broken. The county's proper channels failed. People complained for months. Nothing happened. So the county is saying you should have kept complaining and suffering indefinitely rather than solve the problem. That's insane. 2. The revenue admission. By admitting they lost ticket revenue, the county revealed their true motivation. They're not concerned about safety or order, they're concerned about money. They preferred a broken light that generated fines over a working light that helped people. That's corruption disguised as following procedure. 3. No harm was done. Did this man damage the equipment? No. Did he cause accidents or chaos? No, he prevented them. Did he steal anything? No, he fixed something. The only harm was to the county's revenue and ego. 4. The public benefited immensely. Ambulances got through faster, parents weren't late, workers kept their jobs, traffic flowed.
The county is arguing that all of that public good should be sacrificed to protect bureaucratic process. The real issue is control. The county isn't upset because he tampered with equipment. They're upset because he exposed their incompetence and made them irrelevant. He proved that one motivated citizen could solve a problem the county ignored for months. That makes the county look bad, and it threatens their authority. So they're punishing him to send a message. Don't make us look incompetent. Don't solve problems without us. We're in charge, even when we fail. What they're really saying: strip away the legal language, and here's what the county is arguing. It's better for the public to suffer than for a citizen to fix a problem without permission. Revenue from broken infrastructure is more important than public safety. Authority matters more than results. That's not justice. That's tyranny dressed in a suit. Now let's hear from the defendant, the man who fixed the light. His defense is simple, powerful, and devastatingly effective. First, he establishes what he didn't do. He didn't damage property, he didn't steal anything, he didn't create danger, he didn't profit personally. All he did was restore functionality to a piece of public infrastructure that was supposed to work in the first place. Everyone complained about it. He points out that this wasn't just his personal annoyance, the entire community was suffering. People filed complaints, they called the county, they begged for help, and the county did nothing. So he's not some lone vigilante acting on a whim, he's responding to a community need that the government refused to address. That light trapped ambulances, parents, workers. Then he lists the real-world consequences of the county's inaction. Ambulance trafficked, emergency response times delayed, lives potentially at risk. Parents stressed, late fees, childcare issues. Workers, jobs at risk, income lost, constant anxiety. He's not fixing the light for fun, he's fixing it because people's lives and livelihoods depend on it. I never took money, I gave time back. This line is brilliant. The county claims he deprived them of revenue. He flips it. He gave time back to the community. Time is the most valuable thing we have, and that broken light was stealing hours from hundreds of people every single day. He restored that time. He gave people their lives back. And he did it for free. No payment, no recognition, just service. And here's the knockout punch. If helping my neighbors is a crime, then maybe the system, not me, needs adjusting. He's not denying what he did. He's challenging the morality of the system that punishes helpfulness. He's saying, if your rules punish good deeds, your rules are wrong. This is civil disobedience at its finest. Not violent, not destructive, just quietly doing the right thing.